What's up, y'all? So I'm gonna talk about religion a little bit, cause I'm genuinely interested. Because looking at this world, knowing a lot of the conspiracies and shit, sometimes I think there might be some legitimacy to some Christianity or something. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers are sacrificing children and sucking their fucking blood out of their body. What? If you ain't heard of that, go fucking hear it. Go look up Pizzagate, look up fucking cloning centers, look up that shit. These motherfuckers straight up. I hear it has something to do with like adrenaline. Like whenever these motherfucking little kids are tortured and shit, adrenaline comes out their body and they suck their blood with all the adrenaline. It makes people feel alive. That's fucking disgusting. That's what I hear, dude. That's what I fucking hear. So a lot of people are like, yeah, it's a fucking satanic New World Order. I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's something to that. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. As soon as I heard about all this fucking conspiracy shit, this fucking New World Order shit, I was like, instantly, right off the top of my dome, my instinct was, the fucking Bible is a fucking, it's a dupe game. It says Jesus is gonna come save us. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of shit that seems to go along with the Bible, and it says Jesus is gonna come save us. But that means if anybody believes that shit, they're just gonna sit by idly while crazy shit happens. Like, don't worry, it was written. Jesus is gonna come save us. Don't worry. And I'm like, as soon as I heard about this shit, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a fucking dupe game, dude. Straight the fuck up. And I still am on that side of the fence, okay? But I tell you what, I've heard a lot of shit. Sometimes I wonder because I could throw off a couple verses. See, I don't want to be on the side of the fence that's just hoping Jesus comes saves us, and I'm a duped ass dummy. So I'm trying to get this fucking phone out the wind. Here, let me pause real quick. Yeah, I don't want to be on the side of the fence that's just fucking waiting on Jesus to come save us while all types of crazy shit's going on. I don't want to be that dumb guy. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of shit that kind of makes me wonder. Like the whole fucking sucking blood out of little kids type shit. That's some fucked ass shit. Maybe that is satanic, okay? Another one, you got the mark of the beast. They want to microchip motherfuckers, and it says in the Bible, you know, in the right hand or forehead, the mark of the beast, you can't buy or sell without it. They want to turn money digital, keep it all on that microchip with your identification, blah, 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 blah. You know, so they can cut it off remotely if they want to, so it can GPS track you and you can't buy or sell without it. You know, on that note, I'll tell you one more thing. I hear they fucking arming satellites. It's where if they want to fucking find you and zap you with, you know, if you have GPS on your fucking shit. I got GPS on my cell phone right now. They can probably track me by my fucking phone. I know that. But, if you got some GPS on you, these motherfuckers have already armed satellites where they can fucking zap a motherfucker out the sky. Or, you know, from the sky. And, you know, they're not using that shit right now because everybody be like, what the fuck is that? But watch, they already got that shit up there. If and when they want to use it, boom, they got that shit ready. Motherfuckers will tell you that shit. There's documentaries and motherfuckers like, quit arming space. They've already done it. Believe me, they grabbed some NASA fucking scientists, Werner von Braun, brought them to NASA, or not NASA, Nazi scientists, and brought them to NASA. What do you think they're doing? They're fucking using that motherfucker. So what else we doing? What are we talking about? The religion shit? Oh, yeah, so you got the mark of the beast, you know, can't buy or sell without it. They want to make money digital, so you cut that bitch off, remotely control it, can't buy or sell without it, GPS track, all your info, whatever the fuck. Another one that gets me, but this is just such a vague statement. See, a lot of this shit, so I'm thinking, look, I'm just gonna tell you what the fuck I think. There's a lot of vague statements in the Bible, right? But it's like, I wonder sometimes, I'm like, how the fuck did somebody this long ago, you know, call it so closely to what's happening now? I'm like, damn. It's either some human did it, and like, you know, and like they just been sticking to the plan generation after generation, you know, like Illuminati bloodline, sticking to the plan and world dominating since then. You know, I heard like the Vatican, look, there's a lot to it all. But I'm like, how the fuck could they stick to that script like that? So I'm thinking it's either that's what happened, they stuck to the plan, some person did it, and they just somehow stuck to the fucking plan. But how you gonna call like a mark of the beast can't buy or sell without? I guess, did they have like that technology in mind back then? Like where, or was that just a vague statement? Like you got a fucking tattoo maybe that says you can't buy or sell without it, like you're stamped or some shit. I don't fucking know, but it's either, so I'm like, damn, how the fuck they call that shit? You know, it could be that, or it could be like super intelligent aliens that had this shit planned from the get-go, fucking planted fucking Christianity in everybody's minds, all that bullshit, you know, and it's a whole fucking dupe game. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's a dupe game. See, it's so, I mean, if it is a dupe game, it's a fucking heck of a fucking scam. It's a heck of a scheme. And you even got Muslims and Christians and fucking Jews and shit, all kind of opposing each other. That goes towards, you know, the infighting of the people, you know what I mean? That just worked, you know, fighting against each other. That just lends itself to the fucking, you know, makes people more easily fucking, you know, easy to take over or whatnot. So, I mean, it's like, damn, somebody really invented that as a dupe game. They had to either be fucking super genius people and they stick it to the script hardcore and somehow, or fucking super intelligent aliens that have done this shit before or something and knew what the fuck was coming down the road, knew that fucking had some fucking microchips, and I don't know, dude. But either way, the religion as it stands, I'm like, I'm not sure. So let me talk about a little bit about the Vatican and what the Bible says. See, I went to this church right down the street actually, and it taught me a lot of shit. But at the same time, it was a weird fucking church. I'm not gonna lie. But they're talking about like, everybody, you know, in the Bible says the fourth commandment is remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. And the Sabbath day is fucking Saturday. But all these motherfuckers that go in church are going to church on Sunday. What is that? That's pagan worship day for the sun. That happened during Emperor Constantine's rule. And, you know, the Roman Empire was divided between pagans and Christians and shit, or is getting divided. So he's like, yo, we need to handle this shit. So he brought everybody together during the Council of Nicaea. And they kind of came to an agreement that, yeah, motherfuckers just going to fucking worship on Sunday because the pagans could do their shit on Sunday. And, you know, so it even says that in the Bible somewhere, I think, somewhere, Jeremiah or Daniel. No, Daniel. It says they will change the set dates and times or some shit like that. It's like, well, I said that too. Holy shit. You know, there's a lot of shit in the Bible. I'm telling you, this church I went to, I would give it a shout out, but y'all probably think I'm crazy if you're going to this church. But I'm telling you, I learned a lot of shit from it. And so everybody's going to church on Sunday. That's pagan. That's, you know, they're missing the fucking Sabbath day. That's the fourth commandment. It says, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Everybody's breaking that commandment that's going to church on Sunday and missing the actual Sabbath day. And, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that talks about Babylonian shit. And Babylonian shit has turned into Egyptian shit, sun god shit, you know, pagan shit. It's like, and in the Bible, like, clearly talks about Babylonian shit, how it's all fucked up. Like, the bad shit. And I'm like, well, damn. You know, sun worship? Damn. Like, maybe there's something to that. I'm telling you, this church I went to, it sounds legit, but it's still, a lot of shit sounds whack. I'm like, what the fuck y'all talking about? They talk about some crazy shit, I'm gonna tell you. Actually, I ain't gonna tell you, because I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy for going to church. I mean, I might go back and try to, you know, fucking see what's up, but right now, that shit seemed crazy, so I took a break. But they did teach me a lot of shit, like that, the pagan worship. A lot of people talk about the Roman Catholic Church. Shit, they if you read the Book of Revelations, there's like, they talk about the fucking shit, the fucking mark, the number 666. It says it's the number of man, or I don't know what the fuck it says. It has something to do with the devil, but I don't remember. They showed me some shit with the Pope, like the vicar of something, and like numerology, that shit adds up to 666. I was like, what? And that's just one thing. But then they say dressed in like the fucking something, dressed in scarlet, and the Pope, you've seen him dressed in scarlet. Another thing in the Bible says, don't, you know, men aren't supposed to have long hair. That's kind of why this church didn't like me. I have long hair. I didn't want to cut my hair. I wasn't down enough for that church to cut my hair at the time, at least. I was like, I don't know, man, y'all sketching me out. I'm not going to cut my hair. I'm not that committed to this church right now. And I'm not, you know, if there's some legitimacy to church, please God, let me, I don't know. But that shit seemed a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie, the church I was going to, but we'll talk about that later maybe. There was a lot of weird shit going on in church. I will give it a shout out, but I don't want people to think I'm weird right now. Anyways, they probably are, whatever. No, yeah, in the Bible, Paul says in Corinthians, 2 Corinthians or somewhere like that, it says men aren't supposed to have long hair, and they're not supposed to cover their heads when they worship God. What do you see the popes doing all fucking day? They always wear this little cap on their fucking head. That's like direct fucking disobedience to what the Bible says. And it says women are supposed to have hair, their heads covered in service and shit like that. Go read Corinthians. It says it right there. But what does the Pope do? Covers his head all day, every day. Another thing, it says don't worship idols. What do you see in the front of it says, oh man, that church taught me a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I think there's some legitimacy to this shit. I'll be honest. It's in large part because of that church. It says don't worship idols. What do people do when you go up to some of these churches? They got a big ass fucking statue of Jesus on a cross, or just a cross. And it says somewhere in the Bible, said just like I think it's called the seraph pole, had to be erected in the desert. If you don't know what that is, it's the Exodus. People were going, man, I'm telling you, this church actually had a lot of legit shit. Come to think about it, now I'm thinking about it all. I kind of feel like a dummy for leaving, but it was weird. But no, it says some shit, Exodus in the desert. You know, they were being freed from slavery in Egypt. There's an Exodus in the desert. And they were in the desert, they started complaining, and God kind of cursed them, got them all sick. And Moses or somebody like pleaded to God, please heal them or something. So he gave him this power to make this stick. If anybody looked at it, it would heal them. So he did that shit. That was like a stick with a fucking snake on it or some shit. That's where you get this fucking stick with the snake you see all over the fucking, I think it's called a seraph pole or some shit like that. And so yeah, he fucking got that shit. If people looked at it, it was a copper snake or some shit like that, bronze or something. I don't remember what it was. But if people looked at it, they were healed. So later on, they came to worship the snake. And God's like, you dummies. It's not that stick that heals you. It's my blessing of that stick or whatever. So it's somewhere in the Bible, I forget where it says it, but it says just like the snake in the desert had to be lifted up on the pole, so must the Lamb of God or the Son of Man or some shit like that. So it's the same thing. You know, people were given the blessing to look at the stick and be healed, and then they started like worshiping the stick. Later on, Jesus came, was erected on a fucking cross, and now they're worshiping a fucking cross. And I'm like, damn, that's some shit. There's a lot of shit I learned from this church. I'm telling you, I learned a lot of shit from this church, but there's a lot of shit that's weird about it. I'm telling you, I ain't heard anybody else tell me this shit. You know what I mean? So I didn't hear. I was going to this church. I left. I'm kind of getting personal here. I don't even want to tell you the church because y'all gonna think I'm fucking crazy for going there. It's a fucking weird church, but they did teach me a lot of fucking shit. And I took a break from that church. So I'm like, I'm gonna go explore other churches. I went to fucking Jehovah's Witness. They go to church on Sunday. That's clearly wrong. Sabbath day is Saturday, dude. Sabato, Saturday. You know, it's fucking what it is. That's Latin. Rome. See what I'm saying? So yeah, dude. I went to a lot of other churches. I didn't find nobody telling me shit like that. I hear a lot of people that understand the Sabbath day, but I have not heard shit even come close to what this fucking church is saying. And I'm like, but there's a lot of shit that church says that's kind of throws me off a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know, man. But that's the best church I've seen so far, I'll tell you that. So I might end up going back there. But generally speaking, yeah, I just want to talk about the fucking possibility of there being some legitimacy to Christian stuff or whatever. And a lot of people talk about fallen angels or aliens being fallen angels and shit. A lot of people want to talk about the earth's actually flat. I don't believe that shit. I don't. No, because I can look at the fucking moon and the sunlight hitting the moon and at what angle it is, and I see that the fucking sun's below the horizon, and I can tell that the sun has to be far. It's just trigonometry. You know what I mean? I don't believe that shit. What else? And don't get me wrong, I might be wrong. Don't just take my word for it. I don't believe it right now, but doesn't mean I'm right. I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers, I got my opinion about shit, don't mean I'm right. If y'all know something I don't know, let me know. Fuck. So I come on, talk about that, the possibility of some legitimacy to the Bible. A lot of people talk about the fucking aliens are actually fallen angels. There might be some legitimacy to that. I have a personal experience with that shit where I had a friend who died. He was kind of a weird guy, I'm not gonna lie. He actually was into pagan shit, kind of. He was a weird guy. He listened to like death metal and shit, but he was one of my good friends. And when he died, I was kind of praying. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I don't want to get into it too deeply. Like I said, I don't want to fucking But anyways, yeah, so that's just some shit about the possibility of there being some legitimacy to Christianity. I want to hear from other people. That's actually what I want to do. I kind of just making this to let y'all kind of, I might have told you something you didn't know, but there's motherfuckers that know more than I do. I want them to please fill me in. That's like, is that not their job? Please, I'm not trying to say you're obligated to do it or anything, because you're not. You can do whatever you want. But I mean, I'm asking, somebody watches this video, knows some intelligent, you know, what do you want to call them? Bible scholar or something like that. They know some stuff I don't. Like I said, I ain't heard anything even close to what I'm talking about. I've met Bible scholars, talked to them. And they don't know even close to what I'm talking about. They went to Bible school and all that. They don't even know half of what this church told me. They still think it's Sunday, and in some cases, they think that's still legit. Whew. Dang, man, this shit got green. This shit was not green before. Anyhow, yes, I just want to talk about the possibility of legitimacy of, you know, Christianity and stuff. I'm sorry I rant a lot. Fuck it. This is, look, the reason I rant is because I just want to put I'm just trying to get everything out of my brain. So anybody who hasn't heard it, you know, I might put little fucking diamonds in the rough. So motherfuckers like, ooh, I never heard that. And fucking spark some interest somewhere. I try to just say everything I can think of just to put it all out there. I know I don't have like a specific fucking planned thing I'm trying to deliver to you. No, I'm just throwing shit out there. Boom, 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 boom. Some might spark your interest, make you research some shit, change your whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Somebody personally messages me or something. I might tell you what church the church was. I'm telling you, it was fucking weird. People were having like arranged marriages and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And they all got like a similar haircut to the motherfucker. I'm telling you, they all got like, oh man, that shit was weird, dude. I had my reason to be like weirded out by it, but it did teach me a lot. It did. I remember, I'll tell you one thing that was funny. Some girl who was going to church, she was asking about North Korea. She was like, who is this Kim Jong-un guy? And like we started talking about it, and it's funny. I'll tell you one thing about this church. It's based out of South Korea. And it was funny because the pastor of the church at the time, he was my friend at the time. I gotta be honest, he kind of fucked me over a little bit, which was also he kind of did. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to take care of the church. Maybe I wasn't fitting in, or I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. He might have just been looking after the church. But no, at the time, some girl asked about what's up with this North Korean dude, and he started explaining stuff, and then I laughed. And he was talking about how the hell he's like a dictator, how everybody fucking like, he tells everyone what to do, everybody's all like crazy and stuff, how there's like pictures of him everywhere and stuff. And I laughed, I was like, yeah man, they even got the same haircut as the guy. And then I look around, and at this church, motherfuckers had the same haircut as this dude who they all fucking claim was fucking something. I'm not gonna tell you what the fuck it was. And I was like, I just, that's when I was like, oh shit, like, are you kidding me? And like, the dude who was the pastor of the church, everybody has the same fucking little part haircut. And that's what they wanted me to cut my hair and get a part. I'm like, dude, y'all crazy. Like, I'm not saying y'all crazy, but like, damn, like, what? No, I'm not into that like that. But no, this church did teach me a lot of shit, man. And it still seems legit. They taught me some shit that I still ain't seeing elsewhere. And I'm not really trying to talk shit about it, because to me it seems like the most legit fucking possibility. And generally speaking though, if I look at science and shit, you know, that's a fucking chore to go over science, to like double check all the scientific shit. Like people talking about the red shift, and we know that the universe expanded, we know the Big Bang happened, da-da-da-da-da. That's a fucking task. That's a chore to like double check all that science, you know what I mean? Like there could be somewhere where motherfuckers just made up some shit, or they just got it wrong and their whole fucking theories are wrong. And that's a fucking chore. So I can't say it like I don't know, man, but yeah, the possibility of there being some, you know, a lot of people look at science and like, yeah, dude, Christianity, that's stupid. But it's like, well, there's a lot of shit. They're fucking sacrificing babies and shit and sucking their blood. You know, the fucking Roman Catholic Church, which is the Babylonian shit, which kind of goes against a lot of this. It's, that the Bible basically straight up calls, you know, it's mixed up with fucking Babylonian shit. Sunday worship. If you go to fucking mass at a fucking Catholic church, I've been there. They fucking, instead of having the Passover, that's another thing this church told me about the Passover, important shit. It's a new covenant that Jesus made with the people. Instead of having the normal Passover, every week they have the what do they call that? Communion. And they raise up this little circle piece of bread like it's a fucking rising sun on Sunday, dude. They fucking straight up a sun worship in the fucking Roman Catholic Church. And they are, so the Bible, you know, it talks their mad shit about the Babylonians and shit like that. So, you know, I'm like, damn, maybe, I don't know. So there seems to be, and they're very influential in the world. I hear that they're still powerful and stuff like that. I'm like, well, damn, like, so what the fuck? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not, you know, totally informed on all that. I'm kind of just throwing out some shit that's a possibility and hoping somebody that's more informed can tell me something. Like, I got a couple friends. A friend just showed me a documentary the other day. I haven't watched it yet, but you know, a documentary or something, I might give it a check. And don't be afraid. Even if you think it's, if I already said some shit that's beyond it, just fucking show me anyway. I don't fucking care. It might have some shit. If you have any fucking sense that it might be interesting to me, fucking just throw it out there and I'll fucking watch that shit. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Wanna see something? Got some broke ass dollar bills. See that fucking symbol? That's Egyptian. That's Babylonian shit. That's exactly what the Bible talks shit about. These are the motherfuckers that run shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Don't seem legit to me. Don't seem legit to me. So, I mean, it could be something to the Bible. I'm telling you, you know something, please let me know. I don't want to be the odd man out. I don't want to be left in the dark about this shit. So, like, I've told you a lot of shit what I think. If you see I'm just misinformed somehow, some way, please let me know. I'm telling you, there's a lot of Christians that understand this New World Order system, and they're like, yeah, dude, it's satanic. But I haven't seen any really, really, really compelling evidence. I don't want to be part of the dupe game. I don't want to be like, okay, Jesus is going to come save us. We're all good. As a matter of fact, Jesus' name is not even Jesus. It's Yeshua. Jesus wasn't, J wasn't even a letter until 500 years ago. I think most people, see, sometimes I assume people know too much. And I'm like, sadly disappointed when I find out they don't. Yeah, Jesus is not his real name. Yeshua is. And a lot of people talk about the fucking black people actually being the fucking Jews and shit. A lot of people want to say, you know, what they say. They said Abraham had 3 descendants, and Ham he made, was it Ham? No, it was Noah. Noah had 3 sons, and one of them did some dumb shit, and like, kind of, I don't know, his dad was naked or some shit, and then he was cursed. So all of Ham's descendants were cursed, and a lot of people try to say that those are the black people or some shit like that. I don't know that. A lot of people want to say that the Israelites are actually black people. And then somebody made a good point. They said, what'd they say? They said Moses was floating down the fucking river, got picked up by the Egyptians, and was raised among them as a fucking Egyptian. And as we know, the Egyptians were black. So if Moses was Israelite, you think he could be a white person or an Arabian person and fit in? I don't know, bro. It seems like, so maybe the true Israelites are black. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me know. You see what I'm saying? And there's another thing, like Yeshua. If you go to, I have a friend, his name's Johan. That means John, but it's fucking, he's from Nigeria. You see what I'm saying? They got some names like that over there. You see what I'm saying? This is like some Hebrew stuff. There might be some legitimacy to all that. And I don't know, like maybe I'm all confused about all this stuff. I see the New World Order bullshit, and that's like, I'm trying to stay in realistic shit. I don't want to be duped. I don't want to be duped thinking Jesus is going to come save us and me just sit around and do nothing. That's why I'm talking about this shit. So, I don't know, if y'all know some shit, inform me, because this is kind of a call for help more than me trying to inform you. So, that being said, you know, if you feel so compelled, please let me know. I'll talk to you guys later, right? Love you guys.